Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, as you can see outside, it is cloudy, but it's not raining. So we're gonna take this Peterbilt and run it down the road for a little ways and kind of show you guys the ins and outs inside of it and tell you what we think about driving it down the road.
Yeah, so this truck's already been through its PDI, which is called a pre-delivery inspection. Essentially, they check out all the oils and all the grease fluids and so on and so forth, make sure everything's good. They check all the tire pressures and all that good stuff. It's basically what Peterbilt requires us to do before we can put warranty on these trucks. But being that it's already been through all that, the one thing it hasn't been through is a test drive down the street. So me and Brian are gonna jump in this thing, drive it around, see how we feel about it. And after that, we're gonna drop it off over at the facility where we put all our accessories on. We're gonna show you guys the other trucks that are sitting on the ground and maybe a little sneak peek on how we're gonna build those trucks.
There's some pretty cool trucks over there, and I know you guys have been hearing about it, but today we're gonna actually show you what they're all about. All right, guys, we're riding down the road in this truck. You can tell it's pretty quiet in here.
Yeah, really quiet. It's got the, I forget what kind of insulation package. I think it's called the Arctic insulation.
It's the Arctic insulation package. So it's super quiet, and this thing rides smooth. I mean, if you guys have ever been in a truck that's got an air ride front steer axle in it, it is night and day difference. How smooth this thing just gets down the road. It honestly, if I was a truck driver and driving every single day, I wouldn't want anything other than an air ride setup in mine.
Yeah, there's really nothing better than the air ride setup. And now, that's not to say that the leaf springs haven't come a long way in several years. I mean, there's a lot of really good, like, soft leaf springs out there, but you just can't beat the ride of an air ride front axle, especially Peterbilt's two-bag setup. It's more, you know, Peterbilt a long time had a bad reputation for air ride front axles, but when they went to the two-bag, it's fixed on the front and rear leaf, so it's more of an air assist than it actually is a true air ride. But it really smooths out a lot of the bumps of the road. It's got a really nice feel to it when you're driving it.
Not to mention, when you're going down the road, the smoothness is definitely awesome, but maybe the cool factor that is my favorite part, when you get to where you're going, you can dump the air out in the truck and let it sit down on the ground nice and low, and it just makes you look like way cooler. So going down the road in this, Tommy, what do you think? I mean, this is the big boy. It's the Cummins X15, 605 horsepower, 2050 on the torque. Yeah, how's this thing feel? I mean, I know we're not really pulling a heavy load or anything, but
well, I mean, one thing I can show you is I'll go ahead and get down in the RPMs here, and you know, we're on a kind of a steep incline right now. And what's really cool about 2050 torque is you can just lay into it. You can hear that lug, and it just starts creeping back up in the RPM. Now, these things do act very similar with the trailer behind them. You know, you get a load, you get on one of those hills, that 2050 torque and 605 horsepower, it has no trouble getting you back up to the RPMs you need to be. And with an 18-speed transmission, drop a gear real quick, it'll be nice and smooth.
Nice. And again, you guys, when we went through the first video, this thing's decked out inside. We've got all the gauges. It's got the bigger stereo, the nicest interior package you can get on this ride. And I don't know, I really wouldn't hate going down the road in this thing for a while. Like, it's pretty awesome in here.
Yeah, especially when we get all the accessories on it, get the parts painted. Should be a lot of cool factor this truck. So not only is it a smooth ride and has all the power you need for pulling, it's also going to look pretty damn good on the outside.
You didn't even wave back at him, Tommy. That guy totally waved at you because he's driving a Peterbilt 389 and So are we, and you waved, you didn't even wave back. It's kind of like a Harley thing, or like.
I was about to say, is there a code that I'm not aware of? Like,
I mean, I think so. It's kind of like those Jeep people, because those Jeep people wave at everybody.
Yeah, well, the Jeeps do this, right? Like, that's the Jeep wave.
Yeah.
Right? And then, like, Harley guys do this. So what do you do if you're driving a Peterbilt?
I don't know. Maybe it's just one finger because you're number one.
You can't. There's one specific finger you can't use there.
Well, you have to use your pointer finger.
But that's the finger I use when I'm passing Freightliners or Volvos.
Preferably, usually if you're passing them, it'll be in the fast lane, up a hill.
Exactly. That's where it'll always be.
Especially in this truck.
Alright guys, so we passed up the shop, we came down here a little ways and we turned around. There's a pretty awesome hill right here. We're going to show you guys what this
2050 torque can do.
2020.
That's the year.
I'm talking about what year we're in. No, we're going to show you what this 2050 torque is capable of pulling up this hill. So you guys ready to go?
Let's send it. Let's do it.
All right, full send. Here we go.
You guys can tell it's a pretty decent incline. Get on it.
You see it has no problems just running through the RPM.
I mean, we're already at 70 miles an hour right there. Like, it's no problem whatsoever. I mean, when Tommy gets on the throttle, you can really feel the torque of this truck pull up that hill for sure. All right, we're gonna head back to the shop and we'll jump out, and next we're gonna go check out the other trucks we got sitting there getting ready to build, right?
See all the pretty show trucks that we're gonna build, and you guys will get an idea of what's to come in future videos.
All right, well, the test drive went really fun. I mean, well, the test drive was fun.
It was fun. It went really well too. Really proved out that extra horsepower and torque can really help you out when you get on those steep slopes. And you know, as promised, we are back at the accessory shop, and we got a little surprise for you guys.
We'll walk back this way. I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you guys, but the other trucks that we were talking about, well, here they are, and we're gonna give you a quick rundown of why these things are also really cool. For starters, 2021 389 44-inch flat top, 5.5 drop axle in the front, 40K low air leaf in the rear. It's got the big Cummins in it also, 18-speed. Show us the interior. This one's got a pretty cool interior.
Yeah, so this is one of the only show trucks that we did with, or one of the only custom trucks we did with the tan interior. The majority of them have gray, but this is a pretty neat feature here.
Tan on black is always an awesome look. I love the door panels with the black and tan. This may be the truck we should take back and get ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, with the black and tan kind of look, it always seems a little bit like Western to me. Kind of almost like a reminiscent of like the King Ranch or Longhorn edition of like the pickups.
For sure, yeah, for sure.
So, definitely looks really sweet. Texas style truck here.
But man, this is a nice truck. Let's go check out the next one. You guys obviously, we've already seen the silver one, because I mean, we've been kind of messing with that last couple of days. And we got this guy. I think they call this gray, what do they call this gray?
I really don't know. It's
Nardo gray or something like that. But basically, you guys can tell it's just kind of a real plain gray color.
It's like a primer gray.
I really like this color, especially with this blue frame. This is a 78-inch sleeper, so you got a little more room inside. But I think this blue and the gray really kind of stands out. It looks awesome.
I think this one's going to be probably my favorite of all the trucks that we're working on. I've always liked a little more interior space, and not to mention this is my favorite shade of blue. You go with that, like that Viper blue or Sovereign blue, you know, I'm hoping that whenever we spray this, I can convince them to put like just a touch of metallic in it. So we could throw some metallic paint on the stripes, or metallic stripes on this truck. And I really think this is going to be the show truck that has my heart out of the 10 that we're building.
It's definitely a cool truck. And Tommy's favorite, because I think he likes the kind of it's not matte finish, it's just gray. It's just like destroyer gray. That's what I was looking for, destroyer gray.
Yep.
Kind of like battleship gray or something. It's really cool. And then we got this dude here. I don't remember what the paint code color is on that one.
We're really good with paint codes, in case you didn't notice.
Yeah.
We're really good at this stuff. Yeah, this is you can't really tell here because it's not clean. This is very similar to like a candy apple red. So yeah, it's same sleeper as the gray one. What do they call that? A 73, 72?
This is a 72. We should probably make a video and explain to everybody how they measure these sleepers, because there seems to always be kind of a confusion, because they change their sleeper size, or what they call the same sleeper.
Yeah, so this one is now what they call a 72. The reason I can't remember it is because they used to call this a 63-inch sleeper. Peterbilt was the only company out there that measured their sleeper as from where the sleeper starts to where the back wall was. Well, every other company in the United States was measuring it from the back of the driver's seat to the back of the rear wall. And so Peterbilt was missing out on some of the benefits of, you know, the advertising or marketing and saying it was a certain size sleeper, because, you know, they would say, well, Freightliner has a 70-inch sleeper. Well, Freightliner measures from the back of the driver's seat to the back wall. So this used to be a 63-inch, and it's now called a 72 because now they're measuring from the back of the headrest. Although as traditionalists, we still think that that's a 63-inch sleeper, and over there, that's a 70-inch sleeper. But again, it all changed around, and it's gotten a bit more confusing, and we'll do a video explaining that.
Yeah, so I mean, that was kind of like the longer of a short version, but it's pretty easy. We should definitely get in there with a measuring tape and play around with that. But this is a cool truck. This will be a cool ride for sure. So again, if you guys want to see these whole builds, I mean, maybe y'all have ideas. What should we do to these things? Anyway, guys, there it is. There's 4 blank canvases here. And again, we want to hear from you guys. What do you want to see us do to these trucks? I mean, they're pretty cool. They're unique colors. And these will definitely be some trucks that stand out on the road when we get done with them. All right, guys, so there you go. We had a great time today driving the truck around, kind of getting it ready for sure, and showing you guys the next lineup of trucks we've got here. I really want to take a truck back to the shop and get another one ready and make another video, do a detailed walk around. Yeah, you know what, I was kind of thinking the black flat top seems like the prime candidate for that, because we did a raised roof last time around, big sleeper. Let's go flat top and small sleeper this time. I like flat top, and I really want to dive in there and look in, get more details. Holy crap, there's trucks everywhere! Hang on, you won't be able to hear us. Okay, now it's clear. I really want to see the inside of the thing closer, because I really like the tan and black look in there. Oh yeah, no, it's definitely a slick truck. And if you guys want to follow along with these builds, don't forget, like, subscribe, go over to Instagram, follow us at Semi-Casual Show. Nailed it that time. You got it. That was really good. Like, subscribe, guys. See you next time.